Good morning. Let me make sure my microphone is working because I did in fact connect a new... Okay, I think it's all good. Good morning, Sunday folk. Welcome. I was going to title this video Living Life with Rigor. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just check to see what it means. We always used it in school or something to refer to work or something like that. Rigorous, right? This is a rigorous task. I'm looking at the definition. I didn't really like it. It aided to something unpleasant or really difficult. And so I decided to change it. Even the synonyms weren't there. Living life with new horizons is going to be my tone that I'm setting for the next few weeks here. But let's go ahead and see what the Quran has to say about setting the tone for today. Jesus is now entering new horizons. As we know, he's starting his public ministry, right? And now we're going to learn about how he goes and gets his apostles or disciples to go ahead and preach and minister along with him. So we're going to learn about that. But in the meantime, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, let's see what we have here. Okay. So this is a very familiar portion of the Quran. It is commonly repeated. It's from Surah 57. Surah 57. And section or line, how do you say section? Line 4. It's a bit of the lengthier verse, but we know once we hear it exactly what it's saying. He it is who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and is moreover firmly established on the throne of authority. He knows what enters within the earth and what comes forth out of it, what comes down from heaven and what mounts up to it. And he is with you wherever ye may be, and Allah sees well all that ye do. Great. So this is again just a really nice and positive confirmation of his omnipresence, right? So whatever you're partaking in of the Spirit, I mean, mostly everything should be guided by the Spirit, right? But even if it's not necessarily praise or worship or reading the text, He's with you all the time. He's with you, experiencing life with you, doing the things that you're doing day to day. So it's just something to remember, and it's something that I think is very important to acknowledge. I always love reading notes of omnipresent because, yes, it reminds me, but it also confirms what I already know to be true and what I already practice, remembering day in and day out, especially when I just, notice a type of feeling. I feel comforted, I feel like I'm not alone, I feel motivated. So that's something really important about building that relationship with God, knowing He's really in control, not necessarily of your actions or your life, but He's in control of everything that surrounds it, right? We say He's in the throne of authority when it comes to heaven and earth, especially when the creation of the planet and the creation of mankind was just coming about. Well before Jesus, He was really taking on all the responsibility with that. So, firmly establishing that throne of responsibility, or throne of authority. So, knowing that, right, it's okay to trust Him, it's okay to spend time with Him, it's okay to move through life with His guidance and with His presence, more importantly, because He's almost not the type to guide you consistently. That's more of the job of the Spirit, or we say like the universe, maybe something like that, but it's really referring to the Spirit because it's more actionable. The Spirit actually will, help you physically, emotionally, mentally. God is there too with that physical, or more so emotional, mental aspect. But he's more an observer, like I've mentioned before. He will more watch and see how you do things. And of course, he'll let you know that he's there and, here for you, which is very important. He knows what enters within the earth and what comes forth out of it. What comes down from heaven and what mounts up to it. And he is with you. Wheresoever ye may be, and Allah sees well all that ye do. Okay, so then we've talked a little bit about the responsibility and the authority that he has. So now it's to kind of correlate what we're talking about. It's almost like that transfer that had taken place. He called in a helper. He called in somebody to really hammer in, even to people at that time who a lot of the Israelites were firm believers, but there was still a lot of work to be done in spreading the message of like, hey, God exists. He's here with you. He sees everything that's going on. He really has full authority. So it's good to acknowledge and to respect that authority and that acknowledge that presence. So this just serves as a reminder. This is exactly what Jesus was sent down to do, was a reminder, being like, hey, don't forget there's another place after this. Like, you're just here for a time, and then there's another place. We have the kingdom. You guys need to know and be aware of all of this stuff that's happening, and what to do to stay on the right track in this short life. So Jesus came down as a reminder, as a helper, much like all of the other prophets, but he did more great works, right? He did some great works, and just to really prove that, hey, yes, a directly Son of God, like very, very tight. So that is the role of Jesus. But of course, he's just a reminder for God above and the kingdom above. So we always have to think back. We're talking a lot about Jesus. Think back to why Jesus was sent to begin with, and work on that as well. Work on that relationship. It's very, very important. So let me end this, and then we're going to go on and learn about Jesus calling his disciples. Jesus called more helpers, more people. I'll talk about it later. Peace. See you in a bit.